Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am back finally with a new weight loss update. Those of you who have been following me for many years, or at least for the past year or so, you know that I went carnivore and I've actually reached my 7-year anniversary. It was November of 2016 that I started. I think it was November 17 to be exact, and now we are in November of 2023. I am not going to get into all of that. I will, give you an update as to the way I'm eating right now. It's pretty much the same. And in April of this year, I had reached a 100-pound weight loss over a long period. And I posted it, and then I told you guys that I would post every time I lost 10 more pounds. And I've done that 3 times. So I had a video for 110 pounds, 120, 130 pounds lost. And today is my 140 pounds lost update. This time it took me 3.5 months to lose 10 pounds. I think the quickest I ever did it was in 5 weeks. And again, for those of you who have been following me all this time, you know that I'm doing carnivore for many reasons. The important ones are no joint pain. It helps with depression. For people who have like skin issues, it's really, really good for that. My joy is the loss of cravings. It's awesome. Loss of cravings and no joint pain. Unless I do a little bit too much dairy, the joint pain comes back. But the minute I stop that, it goes away. Those are my 2 big things. And then a side effect is that you happen to lose weight when you do this. So it took me 3.5 months. And let me explain to you how that felt for me. The last update, when I lost 130 pounds total, it brought me down to 208. I started at 338 pounds. That's the highest I saw on my scale. I really do think I went higher than that. So at 208, I knew that when I lost 10 more pounds for another update, that I would be under 200 pounds, right? That was exciting to me because I haven't seen a 1 at the front of my weight for over 30 years. So August 11, I reached 208, and then I let it get to my head a little bit, and I got excited about seeing 198, and I started worrying and weighing myself like every day after that weigh-in, and I don't like to do that. So I weighed myself for like 3 weeks, and in that 3 weeks, I would see anything from the 208 to 209 to 207. So I was just playing with a matter of 2 pounds for 3 weeks, and it was driving me crazy. And I actually considered restricting the amount of meat that I was eating. And I said, no, I cannot do that, because that's not what carnivore is about. Carnivore is that you eat all the meat you need to be satisfied and just let it do its thing. But I did now try harder to just really focus on beef. But I had a lot of other meat too. I mean, I do eat chicken and pork. I put a whole shitload of beef in a bowl, and then I'll cook other meats, and I consider them like a side dish. So, and it can even be things like pepperoni or some sausages or whatever. And this year I also added butter, because I'm now doing high-fat carnivore for this past year. And I think I was slacking a little bit on the amount of butter I was eating, so I really tried to make sure I got in my 1.5 sticks of butter. And I know it sounds crazy, but the more I eat, the better it works for me. So that brought me to like the end of August is when I stopped weighing myself. And now it's November, so all of September, all of October, and I weighed myself the day after Thanksgiving. Whatever day that was. Let me look real quick. Thanksgiving was the 23rd, and so I weighed myself on Friday the 24th. And I was telling you guys that I wasn't getting on the scale. And I also told you guys that I don't think I've lost 10 pounds. In fact, I thought I had gained. And who knows, in that time period of over 2 months, all of September, October, and a good chunk of November, I did not weigh myself, so I might have been going up and down, up and down. But for some reason, on November 24th, I decided I'm going to weigh myself and just see where I am. And I was shocked to see that I had lost 6 pounds. And I was really happy. And again, I don't know if I went up and down. I was coming in 6 pounds less. So that brought me to 202. I was like, what the fuck? I'm getting so close. So when I get close to the next 10-pound goal, I start weighing myself more because I want to hit it when I actually reach that goal. So I started weighing myself every day. It was 202 that day on that Friday. Saturday, I was up to 203. Sunday, I was down to 201. And today is Monday, and I was 198. 198. I could not believe it. I was like, yes. And here's proof. And I got to see that with my own eyeballs. So that was really exciting. Now I won't weigh myself for a few weeks because I don't ever want to see a 2 again. And I could fluctuate. I mean, we all fluctuate. So I'm just going to stay off the scale for a while. I know it'll take me a chunk of time to lose the next 10. Who knows? Might be 6 months. I don't care. But at this point, I think I'll weigh myself maybe, I don't know, maybe mid-December. Maybe something like that. I'm going to wait at least 2 or 3 weeks. And if I feel like maybe I haven't lost weight, or I'm just not in the mental mood to get on the scale thinking, oh, if it went up, I'm going to have a fucking meltdown, then I just don't weigh myself, you know? I thought I was going to wait until the end of the year for this, but I decided to go ahead and weigh myself. So maybe I'll go till the end of December. Maybe we can do that for New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I don't know. But I'm very happy. Okay, so what I'm eating, still, it's the same as always. Oh, and before I forget, I have 2 playlists. Actually, I have 3 playlists that I will link down below in the description box of this video. One is this playlist of my 10-pound losses. The other one is my carnivore journey from 2016 to 2022. The end of 2016 to the end of 2022, and then now a new playlist for high-fat carnivore that started at the beginning of this year, 2023. But I'm going to tell you something. I looked at the video, and I will send you to it, but I know I'm going to probably get shit from people. I went to the first video and watched it probably for the first time ever. I mean, I obviously see my videos when I'm editing, but I don't usually watch them. I was in my car in Hannaford's parking lot on that day that I was starting carnivore. I had just learned about it the night before. And I'm telling you, when people say, I'll start Monday or I'll start after these groceries are gone. No, you can't do that. I started in my head in the middle of the night when I learned about it. And I couldn't get to the store fast enough in the morning. And I've never looked back. It was, I believe, November 17, 2016. I was at the store stocking up on meat. And in that conversation, I was kind of surprised to hear that I talked about my drinking, and I talked about it in a way that I no longer talk about it. Somewhere in there, I was saying how, I don't know. Oh, I think it was that I was saying that I'll try it, and if I don't like it, maybe I could go to doing carnivore just during the week, and then eating whatever other ways I want on the weekend. See, I do not promote that anymore because carnivore is so pure and it gets rid of your cravings so easily. It's like they just go away. That, to me, cheating or treating yourself is just a ticket to disaster. Why would you treat yourself with poison? That's how I feel. No, it doesn't tempt me to have vegetables on my plate for Thanksgiving. I did not indulge in anything other than my carnivore way of eating for Thanksgiving because I want to celebrate the best way, and that's by feeling really good about how I spent that day with my way of eating, right? That's the treat to me. That is the treat. So in the video that I'm going to send you to watch, I was saying something like that, and I knew within 4 days, I think, of eating carnivore that I was never going back. That's how quick I was hooked to it. I don't even know. I might have even decided that on day one. I ate all kinds of meat and I didn't drop dead. I was like, okay, I'm good. I can do this. But I mentioned in there something like about alcohol. Just like with alcohol, if I was to go out with some girlfriends or whatever to a Chinese restaurant, I'm going to be having a scorpion bowl. That's bizarre to me that I would have said that. But here's the deal. In the beginning, I used to tell myself, when it was really hard at the beginning to not want to drink, at the very beginning, I would always say, if I still feel like drinking tomorrow, I will drink. I will absolutely drink. I don't care if it's first thing in the morning. If I want to drink tomorrow, I will let myself drink. And that would kind of ease my mind, saying, I don't have to quit if I don't want to. And you know what? Nobody does. There's no law saying you can't be an alcoholic who is always drinking. I call myself a sober alcoholic. Yeah, there's no law against it. You're not supposed to drive if you're doing it. But, and even though your family is going to be hurt if you die from alcoholism, you still have the right to do that. You can hurt your family and, you can hurt yourself. You can make yourself sick. You can do that. So I used to tell myself that. And then I think maybe over time, I used to set it further away. And now I always say, and it's like a joke, that when I'm 80, if I want to start drinking again, I will. Because I can't imagine I'd ever want to start drinking again at 80. I have no desire to drink, none. So the other thing that helped me to not do that, oh yeah, and I want to let everybody know that I never did that. I never went to a restaurant and had scorpion bowls. And just like the bars, I go to the bars dancing, I drink water, I do not drink. I know some of you still think I'm probably having some drinks, but I'm not. I am not. But 7 years ago, when you see me in the car in that video, I wasn't going out with anybody. I didn't have friends. I wasn't, I didn't even have the opportunity to drink unless I would have bought it myself at the store and gone home and drank. But I wasn't going out. So that wasn't an issue for me. I guess, liked to talk that way. I don't know. The other thing is carnivore has helped a lot of people with drinking problems to stop drinking. What some people don't understand is all the plants that people eat. And when I say plants, people say, well, bread isn't a plant. Bread is made from fucking plants. All of that stuff, even the vegetables with no carbs, all that stuff, it can fuck with you. And it can make you uncomfortable with bloating. It can cause cravings. It doesn't satisfy you, which is why you might be able to eat a gigantic salad and you still want something else to eat because you're not satisfied. When you eat meat, you're satisfied. And you can eat a lot of it. You really can. So I really think that carnivore will help take away cravings for alcohol. I didn't get to experience that because I already had stopped drinking. But there are people reporting it, and I believe them. One who mentioned that is Jordan Peterson. I don't know, he's some guy, I think from Canada. I think he's a little controversial or something. But he said when he started carnivore, he stopped drinking. And I know about others who have channels who have said the same, that their desire to drink went away. So if you feel like quitting drinking, give it a try. Can't hurt. So yes, I'm still eating. Beef is my jam. I try to have the bulk of my food, of my plate, my bowl, whatever, is beef. I eat any other kind of meat or fish that I want. I'm big on shrimp lately, ground beef with little shrimp. Oh, that's so good. And then I eat my butter, and I'm back to trying really hard to do 1.5 sticks. But if I do 1, I'm okay with that. And I'll go up to 2, especially if I'm feeling antsy, especially if I'm going to bed and I'm a little bit hungry or feel like I need to eat, but I don't feel like cooking because I don't want to do any dishes before I go to bed. I will chomp on 1/2 stick of butter. That helps me go right to sleep, and I feel very satisfied. I still do dabble with dairy. I am back to drinking a very weak coffee in the morning. I had stopped coffee for a few months, maybe 4 or 5 months, and it's just like a little bit, just for flavor and color, I don't know. And I still put 1/2 stick of butter in my coffee, and I heat 1/2 stick of butter with a little bit of milk, and then I pour boiling water. I love instant coffee. Oh, and that little bit of coffee that I put in there, is half regular coffee and half decaf. So it's very minimal, and some might say, well, then why do you even bother? I don't know. It's just a mental head game I play with myself. I have coffee, and I like the color of it, and I like the little bit of flavor, and I still add salt to my coffee, even though my butter is salted, and I still add a couple drops of the extract of my choice, and it's usually anise or vanilla. And then once in a while, I'll have things like cheese. Not often, because if I have cheese in the fridge, I'm going to just eat a lot of that. And I do still have like sandwich meat for once in a while, but I usually buy it if I know I'm going to be making sandwiches for Derek and Skylar or whatever, and so there's not that much left. I'll just use a lot of it for them. And I do have some pork rinds now and then, and I'm getting very good at not overeating pork rinds. It's pork, and I try to get the not seasoned, or I'll put them in a bag, some seasoned with the plain ones, and shake it, and it's just enough to get the flavor on them. But, you know, realistically, I could chow down 3 or 4 bags of those things, but I try to just chew on a few, and that seems to work if I'm in the mood for something crunchy. I do miss crunch sometimes, but that's the only crunchy I have is pork rinds. And I have lime in my water at the bar. And I bring salt. I bring coarse salt because I used to love frozen margaritas, or any margarita had to have salt on the rim, and I liked that. So I started bringing salt, and I just wet my finger and dip in the salt, and then I drink my water. And I don't get much salt, and you know, we do need salt, and because I'm not eating like a whole lot of processed foods that give us salt, so I have salt when I go out. And that's it. So I was very, very happy that I stopped weighing myself and that I'm not concerned. The last thing I wanted to do was start to restrict how much I was eating, because that is not what you want to be thinking with carnivore. You want to always be saying, I can eat until I'm satisfied. And it doesn't have to be belly satisfied. It can be mental satisfaction. Like sometimes we're full, but we still want to eat. If you're feeling that way on carnivore, just keep eating. If you think, oh, I'm full, I should stop now, but my brain wants more, just eat more. You know, eat it. Just eat it. And don't worry about it, and give it time. And I even have not been dancing as much, and I still lost. That could be a little bit of the reason why it took a little longer. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to do what I want to do and not worry about how quick I can do it or how long it takes. So I'm going to continue more. Now the next one, the next 10 pounds, that will be 150 pounds lost, right? Because I've lost 140 now. I plan on trying to dig up some clips of past videos so you can see, you know, my weight before, all right? And I will try to do some kind of a slideshow or something for the 150 pounds lost. And the other thing, oh yeah, and I do want to mention that, yeah, I haven't been doing thrift store try-ons because I really stopped shopping. I stopped shopping, and I know I wanted to do a before and after of shirts that were tight once upon a time and fit now, and I discovered that even after losing 30 pounds, most of the tight ones still were tight, at least around the arms. So I do want to still do that, a before and after, but you know, we'll get there. But I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm down to 198, and I can't believe it. I cannot believe that I'm under 200 pounds, and I will never see 200 or the number 2 in the front again. So I went from 3 in the front to 2. Now it's a 1. Obviously, I'm going to always have a 1 now in front of my number. And I'm still not telling you guys what my kinda I wish I could weigh goal is, because I don't want to say it, because it doesn't matter to me if I reach it or not. Each time I reach a goal, like the first one was when I lost 100 pounds, I was so satisfied and happy that I really didn't care if I kept losing. I was cool with that. Then now to get under 200, that's also cool. And then now to say I lost 150 pounds the next time, that's going to also be cool. So the next time will be what? 188. That's the new number I'm going to be watching for whenever I feel like weighing myself down the road. All right? Go check out those playlists and don't scold me for having said that I would have a scorpion bowl in a restaurant. It didn't happen. Remember, it didn't happen. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye.